Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Shin Kim. This is the class of the Old Testament Theology. Among the so many theological themes in the Old Testament, today I'm gonna to choose the original sin. Maybe many of you actually don't like this kind of topic. You committed a sin and you are sinner. This kind of concept is very crucial in the Old Testament. So Old Testament actually asking a question that was human nature naturally good or evil? This is extremely long time ago from the philosopher actually they raised a question, okay? Human is good or human is evil? So even in the Asia, actually, there are so many also another philosopher, actually, they debate about this issue. What do you think about it? Okay. Do you think that human nature is good? Or do you think that human nature is evil? Or there is nothing. When baby was born, at the time, maybe he's innocent. There is nothing inside him. Maybe there are so many opinions about the human nature, okay? So maybe today actually you may choose one of them. You are good or you are evil. Or maybe another option is that you are neutral. So what is the answer of the Old Testament? Actually, Adam and Eve, as you know, God created man and woman in His images and likeness. Look at the painting. Yeah, God. Right side is the person who wearing clothing. White clothing is God. Okay, He is covered with so many angels. Okay, He created actually Adam, the left guy. Okay, so exactly according to His image and the likeness. So men and women were called to the higher end. Actually, they were created to love their creator. So they both of them between God and human actually they have a deep relationship. They're looking at each other. It looks like they fall in love, okay, and they communicate, okay. Also, God intended for them to live in friendship and happiness with them. That's why as soon as God actually created Adam and Eve, actually He brought them to the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden is full of honey and milk. Okay, honey and milk. They don't need to walk in the Garden of Eden because so many fruits, so many food in there. So they don't need to labor. Okay, for in order to survive. And in the beginning, actually, God created the humans and according to His image, and they have a good relationship. It seems like the human nature is good. Yeah. Previous screen, actually, I'm asking a question. Human nature is good or evil? It seems like in the beginning, when God created the human being, He made according to His image. Okay, so God is good. If so, God is good. Maybe human nature is good. Okay, that's the maybe one of the answer. But unfortunately, as soon as Adam and Eve actually a little bit later, actually they committed a sin. According to the book of the Genesis chapter 2 verse 16, the Lord God commanded man, you are free to eat from any tree in the garden of Eden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So there is the name tree, okay? The tree is name is the tree of knowledge of good and evil. It is hard to interpret this one, okay? So what is the knowledge of good and evil also? Another question, okay? For when you eat of it, you will surely die. So don't touch it, don't eat the fruit in the tree of knowledge, okay? The tree of knowledge, good and evil. So God gives some commandment to Adam and Eve. So as soon as they break the law, maybe there is some kind of punishment. So this kind of God commandment include the curse pronounced against humankind. So many of you are familiar to this story. some people actually, this is just a fiction, not true story. But many Christians usually accepting this story as a true, okay? So God gave the commandment, so please don't do this one, please do this one. Actually, God gives some order to the human being. So this is one of the commandments. But unfortunately, at the time there was a serpent. Okay, serpent. Look at the painting. Actually there is a devil actually using the snake. Okay, using the snake. Serpent. Serpent is actually a snake. Okay, so the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animal the Lord God has made. So in the beginning, God created all the human beings or animals, plants, vegetable, including the snake. Okay, but snake was more crafty than any of the wild animal, and this snake, maybe the devil actually controlling the snake. Okay, so the snake approached to the woman. So the snake actually talked to the woman. He said to the woman, did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden? Actually, he asking a question, okay? Little bit he changed any tree in the garden, but actually the tree of knowledge of good and evil, okay? But and maybe the woman said that I should not touch the tree of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. When I eat it, I'm gonna die. But the devil said, actually, the snake said that the serpent said that reply to the woman, no, 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 no. You will not surely die. You never die. Okay, the serpent said to the woman, and he added one more sentence. For God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be open, and you will like God, knowing good and evil. So actually, the serpent actually tempted the Hawa, Eve, okay, Eve. Hey, try to take it and eat it. You will be like God, okay? Just now you are human being. You are limited one. But as soon as you take that fruit, you ate it, and you will be like God. So the unfortunately, actually, the everybody wanted to be looks like God, okay? You Almighty. Everyone wanted to be a Superman. Okay. Uh, Everyone actually wanted to have the supernatural power. So the Eve actually in her heart actually, as soon as she heard of this kinds of temptation, you will be like God, eat it. And finally, unfortunately, the woman actually, how Eve actually ate it, and she gave it to her husband's Adam. So as a result, actually, there was the fall of man. Finally, they ate it. Okay, look at the painting. Left side, the woman actually, Eve actually took the fruit and she ate it and she gave it to the man Adam. Okay, and they ate it. Okay, Adam and Eve hide themselves in the bushes. But there is something very strange thing, okay? As soon as they committed the sin, they hide themselves. They hide their body in the bushes, okay? And to the woman, finally, God actually looking for Adam and Eve, okay? Adam and Eve, where are you? And actually, they replied, we are here because we are naked, so we feel some shame. So as soon as God find Adam and Eve, actually, God actually talked to the woman. To the woman, God said, I will greatly increase your pain in the childbearing. With pain, you will give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. So one of the actually theory, whenever we break the law, okay, one example. When we drive the car over speed over 30 actually miles over, as soon as actually the policeman captures, the policeman give us some point, including some fine, maybe over around more than 500 or 10,000, $1,000. So the break the law means there will be another punishment. of course, actually, as soon as the Adam and Eve actually break the law, disobey God's commandment, actually, one of their punishment is that, especially to the woman, I will greatly increase your pain in childbearing. So I exactly remember my first son was born a long time ago, and at the time my wife is in the hospital in New Jersey, and usually, yeah, the American hospital allowed for husbands to enter the room, and when actually my first son was born, I saw it. Okay, I was a witness. My son was born, and during that time, over maybe 24 hours, actually, my wife was in great pain. Okay, she screamed out because of pain. It was extremely painful. Okay, so why actually the woman experience pain when they childbearing? It is one of the result of the original sin, the fall of man. Okay, so my wife actually feel a lot of actually great actually pain. And to the Adam, to the man, he said, "Curse is the ground because of you. Through the painful toil, you will eat over it all the day of your life. By the sweat of your brow, you will eat your food until you return to the ground. Since from it you were taken, for the dust you are, and to dust you will return." So to the husbands, actually, Adam, actually, uh, previously, actually, they don't need to labor in order to support their family, because as I said, the Garden of Eden is full of food, okay, and it provides a comfortable atmosphere. But as soon as they break the law. To the man, actually, he should work hard. Yeah, because of the reason, every person, especially the male, including the woman, we take the job. Okay, nobody wanna. Maybe it seems like nobody wanna to work. Okay, maybe 12 hours per day for 5 or 6 days. Okay, you don't want to work. Frankly speaking, yeah, I don't want to work, but I should work in order to support my family. So it give a lot of also pain to work. Okay, maybe if you're getting the job that you favorite, you like it, you like that job, maybe that job going to give you some money and pleasure to you. But most of us, actually, when we take the job, actually we don't like it. Okay, we don't like it. But as a result of the punishment, actually disobeying God, actually all humans should work so hard. Okay, and as soon as they committed also sins, actually Adam and Eve were banished from the Garden of Eden. Okay, the light side, they were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. So they, from actually that moment, their life actually start as a painful and the suffering and the labor. So yeah, how about your life? Your life is full of joyness, money, some kinds of happiness, and full of joyness. Do you feel that? But many of you, including me, our life is full of suffering. Okay, we lost our friends, family. We also suffer the lack of the money. Even also in the United States, actually, our status is unstable. That's why you register to our school, and you're in your actually your working place. Actually, your owner actually gives so much hardship to you. Okay, so most of us actually suffer from pain in our life. Okay, but according to the Old Testament, the theology, actually, the The original sin is some kind of a starting point of our misery, our painful life. So original means actually beginning, okay? Beginning sin or original sins. So a person's created nature represents no barrier to a fellowship with God. So the human nature is good, okay? Human nature is good when we were created, okay? But unfortunately, human committed sin. So sin entered by a free decision of Adam and Eve, okay? Nobody forced them, okay? Even just the serpent actually tempted, okay? Give us some test, okay? So the Adam and Eve, they can actually decide, choose, okay, obedience to God or disobedience. They can choose it, okay, but by their free will, they decide committed sin. They decide to disobey God, okay. So as a result, sin entered, okay. So original sin is disobedience to God, okay. We disobedient. So usually the baby was born, and as you were born as a baby, and your parents raise you up, and usually when we become reach to the teenager, we disobey, okay? We disobey to our parents, okay? So parents sometimes they are yelling at you, or sometimes angry at you because we disobey, okay? So sin separate and break the relationship. So look at the screen, okay? People, person, we are sinful. We committed the original sins, and God is holy. So sin and holiness cannot going together. So our choice result in separation from God. Usually, whenever we committed a sin, there is some separation of the fellowship, okay? One of the best example, you cheating your wife, you cheating your husband, you have a sexual relationship with another woman, okay? As soon as your wife knows it, divorce, okay? Divorce, separation. Their fellowship, their relationship had been broken. So usually, whenever actually some of people committed sins, there is some kind of breakdown the relationship. This is I don't need to actually explain about this one, except the original sin. Even in your life, you committed a sin. You have a secret life, okay? As soon as your secret life was revealed, your actually fellowship, your relationship with your family, your friends, actually are going to be broke down. So that's actually the result of sins. So the result of sin, actually, according to the Romans chapter 6, verse 23, it talking about, for the wages of sin is death. Oh my God. So Adam and Eve, they committed the sin, they disobey God, and as a result, their spirituality, their fellowship with God is dead. Okay, it's broken, and the final actually punishment, final result of sin is death, eternal death. So sometimes guilt, you are guilty. Maybe in the court, okay? Maybe many of you not experience of the court, okay? Courts actually they judge your sin, okay? Whenever someone actually murder somebody and you are murderer, they give the sentence. You are guilty. As soon as you are guilty, actually sentenced with some punishment, okay? You are not guilty, you are free, okay? So guilty is the condition of liability to punishment. So as soon as the court, the judge's sentence, you are guilty, and that means you receive some punishment. So exactly the same. We break the law, we disobey God, and we become the sinner, and we actually receive the punishment at God's hand, the state of deserving God's wrath, okay? Punishment follows to the certain response to sin. So always, okay, you murder somebody, actually you are sentenced to more than 20 years, okay. You rape somebody, some girl, some woman, or as a result, actually you are sentenced to maybe over 10 years in prison. Always there is sin, there is committed sin, and there is punishment. So yeah, this is not only the biblical, okay, not only biblical, but actual our life, okay, actual our life. You stealing, you go to some store and stealing money, stealing some goods from the store, and as soon as the policeman found you, you are guilty, and all over your action is recorded in the CCTV, and there is 100% perfect actually evidence and punishment, and after that you gonna receive some punishment. So we lost the grace of God as a result of this obedience. So in the Garden of Eden, they feel happiness, and every life is joyful. But as soon as they committed sin, they were kicked out. Okay, and after that, Eve actually suffering over the childbirthing, and Adam should start walking. Okay, they dig the ground. As you know, the digging the ground is not easy job. Okay, and they also put the seed on the ground and they raise it, and it requires a lot of actually labor. So sweat actually coming from your face, and your physical body has some kind of pain. And the fall brought the disastrous result of spiritual death to spiritual being. Human is a spiritual being, okay? Through the actually previous class, I already explained about that. Human being is not only a physical body, but human has more intelligence, okay? We have a brain. We are smarter than animals. So human has actually intelligence, emotion. We have emotion. When we feel sad, we cry, okay? And there is something joyful thing happen to you, you start smiling, okay, laughing. And human has a will. So even though there is great suffering in your physical body, but you should conquer something, okay. You working more harder in order to getting money. So but except that actually human being has the spread, okay, invisible reality. According to the Old Testament, human is composed of body, soul, and spirit. God is a spirit, angel is a spirit, they are invisible things, and the human spirit is reside in the body of the human, and the spirit is invisible, okay. So they had to work hard to earn their food, okay. That's our daily life. Maybe, yeah, I'm working in the school and I'm teaching you. Teaching is so some kind of my another job. Frankly speaking, in order to making one video, sometimes it takes 2 more days. Okay, one whole days I should make the PowerPoint. Okay, PowerPoint. So I make it, and the next day I'm read it and revise it, and I put some picture from the on the Google link, and after that I recording is before the recording I'm nervous, okay. Even, yeah, I make a small mistake, I should re-record it. I made a small mistake, or phone call coming, and somebody suddenly opened my door. I was surprised, and I start from the beginning again. Sometimes it requires addition, okay. It takes a lot of time. In order to prepare one lecture, yeah, it takes more than 2 days, frankly speaking. So it gives me a lot of suffering, a lot of hardship to me, frankly speaking. Working is not easy, okay? And the original sin has been inherited. That means as soon as the first actually ancestor called Adam and Eve, and they committed the sin, and their sins inherited to their children. Okay, so they called inherited. Okay, so what is inheritance? maybe my grandparents died, and after that my parents actually inherited their property. And maybe, yeah, my parents died, and after that I will inherit my parents' property. So inheritance is maybe so natural, okay? So, but unfortunately, the sin committed by Adam and Eve, they're going to be also the inherited to you, okay? To me, to everybody, to every human being. According to the book of Romans, chapter 5, you may see this one. Just as through one man sin entered the world, so through one man, who is one man? Adam, okay? Adam's sin, okay, entered the world, and death through sin, and thus death spread to all men, okay? Sin spread all men because all sins. Baby, you raise your question. You're gonna debate about this issue. I'm innocent. I'm good guy. I'm good person. I never committed any sin. Maybe you may say this one, okay? And that it is not fair. Not fair. Why I should inherit the sin of Adam and Eve? They are sinner, definitely. But I never committed. I never disobeyed God. I didn't actually took and eat the tree, the fruit from the tree of the knowledge and good and evil. I didn't do it, okay? But unfortunately, according to the Bible, original sin has been inherited. Sin entered the world and brought chaos to creation. Everyone is subject to eternal death because of sin. So that's why, look at the picture, okay? Adam and Eve committed sin. The white guy, maybe at the time, Adam was innocent, but he disobeyed God, and he turned to red, okay? The red guy and actually give birth to children, and everybody inherited Adam's actually sin. So maybe even actually when I become a Christian, actually it is extremely hard to understand the concept. Okay, Adam and Eve committed sin, but why should I become a sinner? I'm innocent. At the time, I actually declared that, okay? But a little bit later, I finally accepting, I inherited original sin done by Adam and Eve. And there are so many evidence in the Old Testament. Old Testament, as I said, one of the biggest theme is the original sin. You are sinner, okay? So, unfortunately, Adam and Eve, and they married to each other, and they delivered two sons called Cain and Abel. Okay, Cain and Abel. But when they offered some sacrifice to the God, unfortunately, God rejected Cain's offering, but God accepted Abel's offering. So Cain was jealous of his younger brother. So when they were in the field, unfortunately, Cain murdered his younger brother called Abel. So Cain became the first murderer. Maybe 100% of you agree that murdering is sin, okay? Any rejection? Maybe it seems like everybody, almost 99.99999% actually they agreed. Murdering is a sin, okay? So unfortunately, Cain and Abel, they inherited the original sins. Original sin actually reside in their mind, and they are sinner, and sin growing in their heart, and Cain feel actually jealousy against his younger brother Abel. As a result, actually Cain murdered the younger brother Abel. So there are so many criminal crimes written in the Old Testament. We have intention to crime, okay? So another actually criminal sin is the Noah's Ark, okay? According to the Genesis chapter 6, it is talking about Old Testament, Genesis. The book of Genesis is talking about the Lord saw how great man's wickedness on the earth and became, and that every inclination of the thought of his heart was only evil all the time. So God saw the evil in the heart of the human, okay? God saws how great man's wickedness. We are wickedness, okay? Wickedness. And our heart is full of inclination of the thoughts on evil thinkings. So God regret to create human. They are so wicked. They are so evil. So the Lord was grieved that he had made man on the earth, and his heart was filled with pain. So God feel pity on the human. They are great sinner. They are evil. They only murdering, they raping, stealing, and lying to each other. So finally, God has punishment. Okay, so the Lord said, I will wipe mankind whom I have created for the face of the earth, men and animals, and creatures that move along the ground, birds of the air, for I am grieved that I have made them. God regret that God made humans. So that's why, as a result, unfortunately, God removed all the people except Noah's family. That's actually Noah's Ark story. Okay, in the Old Testament, what is the main theological theme? Humans is evil. Humans are evil. Humans always against God. Okay, human always try to deceive other person. They try to stealing. Okay, they in their heart, deep of your heart, actually, we hate each other. So God knows our wickedness, our evilness. That's why. Another example is that Babel Tower. According to the Genesis chapter 11, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heaven. Always humans try to reach to heaven. That means all persons want to become like God. I want to be God, okay? So their self-esteem is so high. So that we may make a name of ourselves and not be scattered of the face of the whole earth. So look at the painting. So people getting together and they're building up, okay? They're building almost reach to the cloud. So, but people have more dream. We're gonna reach to God. We're gonna reach to heaven. We want to be like God. So as a result, God actually decided to give so many languages. They cannot communicate to each other. As a result, people scattered on the earth. Okay, so there are so many languages on the earth. Okay, I don't know how many languages exist in the earth. Okay, but as you know, yeah, to learn one language is not easy step. Yeah, even I lived in the United States over now, looks like almost 20 years. But still my English is not perfect. How about you? To learn one language is not easy, okay? But that is also the result of the original sin of humans always want to be like God, reach to heaven, okay? Self so high pride. So one more, actually, humans are, the evidence of the humans are evil is that Sodom and Gomorrah. Maybe even though you are not Christian, you may heard of this story, Sodom and Gomorrah. According to the book of Genesis chapter 13, the men of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord, okay? Sodom and Gomorrah, the peoples, they are so wicked, they are so evil. So finally, God decided to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. So according to the book of the Genesis chapter 19, they called to Lot, where the men who came to you tonight, bring them out to us so that we can have sex with them. So Sodom and Gomorrah, unfortunately, there are so high percentage of homosexuality. So two angels entered the house of the Lot. Lot is the cousin of Abraham, okay, cousin of Abraham. And as soon as two new people coming into the Sodom and Gomorrah, all the people recognize that there is two new men in our town. So everybody actually gathered before the house of the Lot, and they actually ask that, get them out. We're gonna have sex with them. Men have sex with men. Woman has sex with women. That called actually homosexuality. So maybe there are a lot of debate, okay, about the issue of homosexuality in the modern day. But God hates homosexuality. So many actually sin in the Sodom and Gomorrah. As a result, God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Modern archaeologists finally they discovered Sodom and Gomorrah. Actually, Sodom and Gomorrah was covered with some kind of volcano and ashes. They digging the ground and they found the city called Sodom and Gomorrah. This is not fiction, okay? This is a biblical story and a scientific story. There is Sodom and Gomorrah. And but at the time, God didn't destroy the righteous along with the evil. So the family of Lot actually escaped from that city, and as soon as they escaped from that city, actually a lot of actually volcano falling down on the Sodom and Gomorrah. As a result, actually so many people died. All of them died actually. So as soon as so the reason why I'm showing this kind of a story is that human is evil, okay? They always against God. That's the human nature. And I'm not sure how many of you watch this movie called Seven, okay? Number 7, okay? Exactly 7. This is one of the great movie. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, actually, they dealing with the 7 sins, okay? 7 kinds of sin. Actually, it was defined the Pope Gregory first, okay? There is 7 sins. Look at the movie poster. There is glutton, greed, sloth, envy, wrath, pride, and lust. Okay, there are 7 sins. This is a great movie. So when you available time, try to watch this movie. Glutton is excessive indulgence of food or drink. So eating so much food. Okay, yeah. I'm also like the eating food. Sometimes overeating, okay? I'm glutton, I'm sinner. Greed, excessive desire for more of something such as money. Excessive desire for money. That called actually greed. Yeah, modern people in capitalism, most people, majority of people, they have excessive desire for money, okay? Sloth, this inclination to action or labor. That means idle. I don't know how to work, okay? No one actually to work so hard, okay? But laziness is one kind of also sloth. Laziness is some kind of sin. Envy is painful awareness of the advantage enjoyed by others. So envy is, we envy Bill Gates. We envy Musk. They are super rich guys. But envy, okay? High envy means it gives me some painful. I'm loser. They have so much money, but in my pocket, I have only $1,000, but they have $1 billion. So you feel some pain because of the money. The other people had more. Maybe they called envy, okay? Wrath is strong, vengeable anger. I'm revenge you. I live for my revenge. So many movies actually dealing with revenge. That revenge is only my aim to live. So many people actually they have try to revenge against other people, okay, their enemies. Pride is a state of being pride, such as inordinate self-esteem, high self-esteem, okay, pride. Lust is intensive sexual desire. Yeah, so that's why usually Americans has a sexual partner more than 10 through their whole life. Oh my God, we have so high intense sexual desire. So that's why even though after marriage we have a sexual relationship with the other persons, so that's going to be called lust. So this maybe how many of sin you committed among 7? How many? I will not ask a personal question, personal your secret, but you may count it. Okay, you may count it. And in the modern day, yeah, smoking, we smoke. Okay, maybe some of you are smoking. Okay, but we know that smoke bring a lot of disease. Okay, tobacco related disease, lung cancer, heart disease, brain damage, also the gastro intestinal digestion actually disease, eye disease, tooth disease, weak bones, and menstrual disorder. So many disease because of smoking. Sometimes we see the skull, okay, skull. So most preventable cause of death. At least almost 500,000 dies in the United States because of smoking. Smoking actually destroy your health. We know about it, okay? Everybody said smoking actually hurts your health. Everybody know about it. Don't smoke, but most people smoke. And how about drug problem? One pill can kill. Okay, one pill. You take the one pill of the drug, it may kill you. So many people die, okay, because of drug. So we know that, okay, we know that smoking smoking is harmful, and also drug is extremely dangerous. We know that it is forbidden, but unfortunately, so many people actually they took the drug, and so many people die. It is exactly the same thing, okay? When God created a human being and He prohibited, don't try take the fruit. But unfortunately, Adam and Eve actually they doing it. They take the fruit, okay? The same thing happened to you, okay? Don't smoke, don't take the drug. But many people they actually doing this one. So that's the actually humanity. Humanity always desires something wrong, okay, something evil. We in your deep heart, you imagine so many things, okay. So unfortunately, we are according to the Old Testament, we are evil, and I admit also I'm guilty. Okay, I'm guilty. Even though I have some personal secret, okay, so I deceive somebody, so I had somebody. Yeah, I'm sinner. Yeah, after becoming recognized that there is God, and after that, one of the things that I actually experience is that I am sinner. Okay. And emotional, there is some kinds of emotional effect of a sin. Sin separate. As I said, you cheat on your husband, you cheat on your wife, you have a sexual relationship with another woman. As soon as your wife knows about it, your love, your relationship with your family going to be broken. Sin separate. Okay, sin separate. Sin saddens. So you are drug addicted, you are alcohol addicted, your life is miserable. And the sin scars, it gives some injury to you. You're physical, you're smoking. Smoking hurts your body, okay? And the sin sours a negative relationship, okay? It is almost same with the sin separate. And sin sickens. Yeah, it make your body actually injured, okay, hurt, and sin sears harden your heart. So the usually, yeah, the serial killer actually by accidentally a serial killer actually murder somebody, but after committed murdering in the beginning, little bit later they don't feel any guilty, okay, they enjoyed, and that's why starting point of the serial killer, they start killing. I enjoy killing people, I love it. In the beginning, at the first time, at the first actually murdering by accident, at the time feel guilty, but a little bit later, you lost your filter emotion, and your heart become more hardened. Okay, so after that, you don't have any emotion of guilty. Okay, so your heart become more hardened. So how about you? Okay. Always, when we committed the sins, sometimes you steal something, or you break in some store and you stealing. Maybe during the nighttime, oh my God, how about there is a CCTV record my stealing? You cannot sleep well, okay? So as soon as you saw the policeman, your heart beating highly. Oh my God, if the policeman know about this one, policeman going to arrest me. So usually they are after committing sins, yeah, your emotion, your physical body actually experience some suffering and pain. Okay, so maybe we can raise a question. We can raise a question. God is a loving God. He loves us, and He always. So that means that God loves us. That means why there is punishment. You misunderstand God, okay? God has both sides. He is loving God. Definitely, 100% sure. But another actually side of God is justice, okay? Justice. God should perform the justice. God should actually give the punishment to the sinner. That's also God's another side, okay? So is God mean and vengeful? He is the so mean to you. He is so cruel. God is so cruel. But according to the Bible, actually, especially Psalm, the book of Psalm, chapter 145, the Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, and rich in love. God is rich in love, okay? He is slow to anger. He doesn't want to punish you. But God is also justice, okay? So that's why He should punish the sin. So His wrath and anger were always justified. One of the example. One person murder your family. Okay, one thief invade your house and the thief actually murdered your whole family. What do you feel about it? You request justice. So you strongly actually want to the police actually arrest him or her, the murderer, and guilty, and receive the guilty and maybe death penalty. You wanted that. Why? That's called the justice. Even in the society, we actually request. We want justice. Okay, so it's actually the same thing. Okay, so His wrath, His punishment is always released from a certain region and a certain purpose. God will judge each one individually. So whenever we committed a sin, God should actually punish about that. That is actually God's justice. But how about the love of God? Definitely there is a mercy of God. Okay, sin must be judged, but judgment is mixed with mercy. God shows mercy. That's why God has a wonderful plan for sinners. So God in mercy promised to send a Savior. That's why Jesus Christ came to this world. The whole Old Testament talking about humans are evil. Human is destined to eternal punishment. But New Testament, in the New Testament, God show His mercy, His grace, His love. Okay, that's why He sent His Son to this world. So there is redemption and restoration. So the whole actually Old Testament theology is full of original sin. Human is evil, and the human is determined to receive the punishment of God. That's actually one of the great theme. But as I said, New Testament, but showing the love of God, the grace of God. So today, actually, yeah, I'm dealing one of the biggest theological issue. And thanks to listen to my lecture, and see you next time. Thank you.